Get ready for the biggest news hits. The University of Arizona is gearing up for an incredible celebration as President Suresh Garaimella prepares to confer about 10,000 bachelor's, master's, doctoral, and professional degrees at the university's 162nd commencement. This monumental event will draw over 30,000 guests, and we have all the details on how you can be part of this historic moment. We break down what this massive borrowing signals for the nation's fiscal future and the urgent need for deficit reduction. And finally, a look at the creative energy bubbling up at UMass Dartmouth. 9 graduate students are shining brightly, showcasing incredible talent across ceramics, digital media, and more. Don't miss this look at the camaraderie and determination of these rising artists. Stay with us for more breaking news updates. The University of Arizona is set to host its 162nd commencement ceremony on May 15, where President Suresh Garaimella will confer approximately 10,000 bachelor's, master's, doctoral, and professional degrees. The event is scheduled to begin at 7:30 p.m. at Casino del Sol Stadium and will be live-streamed on YouTube, drawing an expected crowd of over 30,000 guests annually. Executive Director for Presidential Events, Heather Lukács, highlighted the excitement building across campus as the university prepares to celebrate the Wildcat class of 2026, emphasizing the gathering of staff, faculty, and volunteers to honor the graduates' achievements. This year's commencement features Eric Schmidt, the former CEO and chairman of Google, co-founder of Schmidt Sciences, and a leading architect in the artificial intelligence era. Schmidt is currently the chair and CEO of Relativity Space and is involved in philanthropic efforts through the Schmidt Family Foundation and Schmidt Ocean Institute. Notably, Schmidt Sciences is partnering with the University of Arizona on Lazuli, the world's first fully privately funded space telescope. Schmidt delivered a keynote address, stating that the University of Arizona embodies the curiosity and imagination needed to tackle global challenges. He congratulated the class of 2026, describing them as stepping into a pivotal moment filled with opportunity and responsibility. Schmidt will also receive an honorary Doctor of Science from the U of a College of Science. Several other distinguished individuals will receive honorary degrees, including Alice Chayton-Baker, Doctor of Humane Letters from the College of Social and Behavioral Sciences, Gabrielle Giffords, Doctor of Letters from the College of Architecture, Planning and Landscape Architecture, F. Ronald Rayner, Doctor of Science from the College of Agriculture, Life and Environmental Sciences, and Scott Stuber, Doctor of Fine Arts from the College of Fine Arts. 7 outstanding student awards will also be presented. These include the Provost Award to Grant Palmer, the Robert Logan Nugent Award to Alicia Salazar Contreras and Lane Vasquez Luna, and the Roby Gold Medal Awards for Braylon Huff and Gabriel Trinidad, among others. The ceremony logistics include stadium gates opening at 6 p.m. for guests, with security procedures in place, including a clear bag policy and metal detector screening. The SafeCats app will provide real-time updates for attendees. Lawrence museums across Douglas County are opening their displays for a major countywide exhibition titled Finding Freedom, the Promise of 1776 in Douglas County, Kansas. Funded by the Kansas Tourism Marketing Grant Program, the exhibition chronicles the realities of securing freedom for all people in Kansas, spanning events from the 1850s to the 1990s. The exhibition features diverse exhibits focusing on the struggles and achievements of African Americans, Native Americans, women, and the LGBTQ+ community in the region. Key highlights include the Watkins Museum of History's exhibit, Those Who Were Left Out, which explores the revolutionary spirit of Lawrence in the 20th century. The museum, located at 1047 Massachusetts St., is open Tuesday through Saturday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and is free to visitors. The Wakarusa River Valley Heritage Museum is also participating with the exhibit Angels of Freedom, the underground railroad in the Wakarusa River Valley, which highlights abolitionists in the valley and the establishment of a Black community in Bloomington. Other participating sites include Eudora Community Museum, featuring Stories from the Western Border, contextualizing the turbulent period of Bleeding Kansas. The Santa Fe Trail Historical Society at the Baldwin City Public Library presents The Women's Spirit, examining the role of local women. Constitution Hall in Lecompton addresses the Kansas controversy, focusing on the fight over entering the Union as a free or slave state, and the Territorial Capitol Museum explores the legacy of Bleeding Kansas battles. All displays are open to the public throughout the summer. Visitors are encouraged to check the operating hours and details for each location to experience this significant historical journey. The U.S. Treasury Department has released its quarterly refunding documents for the second quarter of calendar year 2026, providing estimates from Treasury and bond market participants regarding anticipated borrowing needs over the next 2 quarters. The Treasury's presentation indicates the administration is projecting a $2.1 trillion deficit for fiscal year 2026, based on the president's budget, while market participants estimate a $2 trillion deficit. Maya McGuinness, president of the channel YouTube, commented on the figures, stating that both the Treasury and the markets concur that the nation is on track to borrow $2 trillion this year, a significant increase from the $1.8 trillion deficit recorded last year. McGuinness expressed alarm, noting that $2 trillion deficits are now becoming the norm, contrasting them with historical precedents where such deficits only occurred during major recessions. She further highlighted the gap between current projections and fiscal targets, observing that aiming for deficits at 3% of GDP is proving challenging, as a $2 trillion deficit represents over 6% of GDP, more than double the 3% target. McGuinness pointed to additional indicators, including debt surpassing 100% of the economy in March and interest spending, projected to exceed $1 trillion this year, underscoring an urgent need to control the fiscal situation. She warned that markets have limited tolerance for unsustainable borrowing and that the risk of a fiscal crisis is escalating, demanding immediate deficit reduction. Separately, the Senate Judiciary and Homeland Security and Governmental Affairs, HSGAC, committees released draft reconciliation legislation for fiscal year 2026 late last night. The context remains that the United States government is running the highest peacetime deficits in its history, outside of a recession, as the national debt approaches record levels. 9 diverse and talented graduate students are thriving at the University of Massachusetts Dartmouth, demonstrating remarkable camaraderie and artistic depth within their shared studio space. Following the unexpected closure of the Star Store, which impacted the local art community, these students have found a vibrant new home in the former Bed Bath & Beyond location, now known as the UMD Art and Design Studios. This space, characterized by individual studios, exhibition areas, and a communal lunch area, has become a hub for undergraduate classes spanning ceramics, fiber arts, screen printing, metalsmithing, and papermaking. The group is a rich tapestry of backgrounds, including 3 students from Iran, 1 from Turkey, and 1 from India via Oman and Dubai, alongside 4 Americans from varied regional and professional backgrounds. Their interactions highlight a strong sense of mutual respect despite their diverse philosophies and ages. The student body showcases a wide spectrum of artistic practice. Alison Bergman is a multidisciplinary artist whose ceramic work explores transformation, using bold colors to create immersive environments where imperfection leads to renewal. Immer Cook eschews traditional vessels, creating sculptural assemblages that juxtapose ceramics with unconventional materials like plywood and concrete to explore permanence and gesture. Mitch Rovers, an illustration major, utilizes digital design and web media to construct fluid identities influenced by early web aesthetics. Yaren Yildiz has reinvented herself as a non-figurative ceramic sculptor, using glazed porcelain to create visceral, disorienting forms that explore the inner body, drawing influence from artists like David Cronenberg and Francis Bacon. Alison Morons, specializing in fiber arts, creates evocative, large-scale puppet shows that weave personal narratives rooted in childhood experiences. Other featured artists include Maya August Palmer, who blends biological knowledge with a realist sensibility to create paintings of discarded objects, tracing new ecologies where decay becomes memory. The three Iranian-born students, Argavan Bouye, Ali Massoumzadeh, and Sarah Vaillanjad, address weighty themes of political turmoil and identity through their work. Bouye uses cultural metaphors to address women's rights, while Massoumzadeh merges sculpture and painting to explore war and mythology. Vaillanjad's domestic paintings utilize loud pinks to claim the domestic realm as a site of persistent, defiant freedom. The collective strength of this group, buoyed by their community, underscores the resilience of the artistic endeavor amidst external challenges. Don Wilkinson, a local art commentator, has provided further insight into the cultural landscape of the South Coast.